The kind of inefficiency that affects productivity in this country. If you take 3 hours to go to a neighboring parish, where is the people money? And there are so many, there's a plethora of issues. The people see me as a fighter for them.
Bless up, ABR family and viewers. Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Isabel Rose. And in this one, People's National Party Gen-Sec Dayton Campbell says the People's National Party fully stands behind Miranda Wellington. Miranda Wellington says she's always been a fighter for the people. As well as Peter Bunting, opposition spokesperson on security, calls for clarity as to the conflicting explanation of the FID head appointment and the retraction of the Ministry of Finance. And last but not least, the Financial Investigation Division Principal Director on Financial Crimes warns Jamaicans not to be a money mule. Stay tuned for the details at hand. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.
This is Dr. Dayton Campbell, General Secretary of the People's National Party. I want to make it absolutely clear. The recent attacks on Miranda Wellington, our candidate for Southwest St. Elizabeth, are dishonest and deeply hypocritical. Dr. Wellington said, "We are prepared for war, and if a war, a war." That was not a threat. It was a metaphor, the kind used every day in political and public life. From the war on crime to ground wars in election, it's a way of expressing readiness, not violence. The Jamaica Labour Party knows this, but instead of addressing their own record of incitement, from Darrell Vaz to Desmond McKenzie and Everett Warmington, the JLP has a well-documented culture of inflammatory language and provocation. And while there was a belated apology on one single occasion from Mr. Warmington, the broader pattern of hostile behavior from within the JLP has never been meaningfully addressed by the party's leadership. Darrell Vaz in particular has been seen on multiple occasions, including Portland, St. Ann, and on the JLP annual conference stage, running his finger across his throat to indicate he planned to cut the throats of his opponents, who happen to be PNP members and supporters. The hypocrisy is not lost on the general public. Let's not forget, for months, our female candidates have faced real threats, intimidation, and disruption. Much of it carried out by operatives brought in from outside. These have been reported to the police high command and the political ombudsman. What we're seeing now is a calculated distraction. People's National Party remains committed to a political culture grounded in respect, fairness, and peaceful engagement. We will continue to support every candidate who enters the political arena with courage and conviction. Call on well-thinking Jamaicans to see through this charade and to stand up for the right of every candidate, especially our women, to defend themselves, speak with passion, and campaign without fear. Jamaica deserves better. Our politics must rise above double standards and weaponize outrage.
Good morning, Jamaica. Good morning, Southwest St. Elizabeth. I've had to respond to some comments that were made by myself on a political platform a few days ago. And it's alarming how much attention you get when everything is at stake in your constituency. I mean, and it's political, it's high political climate. I'm not making any excuses. But what was said on that platform is because I'm a passionate person and because I've had to be fighting so hard for the things that I know are right but are being done wrongly to the people. Everywhere I go, I've had to be a warrior for my people. I have to be a warrior fighting for water. One of the major issues happening in Southwest right now is that some communities are being sabotaged for not supporting a particular party and water being sent elsewhere. I've had to be fighting for the mothers who cannot find the money to send their children to school because the government takes and does not allow people to be given what is rightfully theirs. The road conditions in my constituency are atrocious. Nobody listened to the entire speech. It took me 3 hours to get to Westmoreland. 3 hours. You know the kind of inefficiency. The kind of inefficiency that affects productivity in this country if you take 3 hours to go to a neighboring parish. Where is the people money? And there are so many, there's a plethora of issues. The people see me as a fighter for them. Because when they have their sick ones who can't get health care in a timely manner, being at a hospital, sitting on a chair for 4 hours, I'm the one they call. When it is that they are finding it challenging to figure out where their next meal is coming. I live in a farming community and it's bare grass, guinea grass, because farmers have been put on the backbench and no special attention. The little resources that they have been given have been taken from them. And now when I stand up and speak out, because I'm a passionate person and the people of Southwest know that I'm going to be fighting for them, when I speak out, it's because this is not a fair war that will take place. That's what I mean. This is not a fair battle. This is not a fair political challenge because people are doing things to ensure that they remain in power. And the people are afraid to speak up. And if I, as their leader, cannot speak up for them, then they feel that there is no one for them. I do not support political violence. I do not support any violence. Everybody knows I'm barely 5 foot tall. And I'm a peace-loving person. Everybody knows that I'm the first one to quell an argument, disperse a dispute. And that's some of the qualities that I'm best known for. So my political head is political victimization. And I understand the game of the politics. You know, you bring down your opponent for things that seems like nothing in any other time, but during the period of politics, it may be strong. And so I want to say to the people of Jamaica and the people of my constituency, I will fight for you. I am your warrior. Despite the challenges you are going through, I will stand up for you. And I will make your vote count.
This is Senator Peter Bunting, Opposition Spokesperson on National Security. The Ministry of Finance's sudden retraction of its own press release about the appointment of Dennis Chung as head of the Financial Investigations Division has raised more questions than answers. We were first told Mr. Chung was qualified, despite his public dismissal of the Integrity Commission's report on the Prime Minister. Then we learned the job description was altered to remove the law enforcement requirement. Conveniently, because it's something Mr. Chung lacks. Now they claim the original candidate declined, so the criteria were changed to attract more applicants. But to my certain knowledge, I know that other highly qualified police officers, senior police officers, had applied for the post. Why weren't they offered the post when the first-ranked candidate declined? The truth is this appointment was engineered to install a hand-picked loyalist. And now the government is scrambling to cover its tracks. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. We demand answers from the Public Service Commission. Who sat on the interview panel? Who authorized the changes? How many qualified applicants were ignored? At a time when trust in our institutions is already fragile, this threatens to destroy confidence in our anti-corruption efforts. Dennis Chung must resign. Let's protect the integrity of the FID and Jamaica's fight against corruption.
No, I'm reading from an article from the Star newspaper. It says the Financial Investigations Division has yet again warned Jamaicans not to allow their bank accounts, identities, or businesses to be used to move funds on behalf of others, as this could lead to criminal charges under the Proceeds of Crime Act, that's POCA, and other anti-money laundering laws. The warning follows the arrest and charge of 3 individuals in connection with a $96 million fraud scheme involving unauthorized point-of-sale transactions carried out between November and December 2022. Too many persons, some knowingly, others out of ignorance or misplaced trust, are allowing themselves to become money mules for fraudsters. Keith Darian also quoted, "You may think you're just doing a favor accepting a transfer or helping a friend with a transaction, but when that money is tied to criminal conduct, you become a co-conspirator in financial crime, and you will be held accountable under the law. The law doesn't excuse ignorance and willful blindness. If you facilitate criminal property, you will be charged. Protect yourself, protect your future. Don't be a money mule." So stern warning there from the FID and the People's National Party calling for clarity from the Ministry of Finance for pulling that public release. What says you? Do you believe that we will get any clarity from the Ministry of Finance as to why? And the People's National Party fully standing behind Miranda Wellington. What are your thoughts? Drop the comments in the comment section. Let me hear what I say. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. On the road to 30K, help me to get there. Get this video to at least 7,000 likes. Stay tuned for more videos. Stay tuned for more updates. Big up on yourself. Happy Friday.